So very good morning to all of the students. Today we will discuss about the last topic of our unit number 3, that is synthetic polymers. Okay. So in the previous lectures we have studied part A, that is heterocyclic chemistry, part B, that is dyes, part C, that is drug, and the last day we are going to discuss is synthetic polymers. Now, before going in details of the synthetic polymers, you should have a preliminary idea about the polymers. Okay, so it is always better to study the things in practical way. Means जो चीजें देखी हुई है, पढ़ी हुई है, यूज की गई है, उसके बारे में हमें पढ़ना चाहिए. तो जैसे कि घर में हम देखते हैं पीवीसी पाइप यूज करते हैं, है ना, करते हैं कि नहीं? पीवीसी पाइप यूज करते हैं, प्लास्टिक्स यूज करते हैं, तो वो मटेरियल क्या है? दैट मटेरियल इज नथिंग बट द पॉलीमर्स. ओके, सो दिस इज द टॉपिक व्हिच वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी टुडे. Before going in detail of this topic, you should have an idea about the syllabus. So I am just briefly revising the syllabus. What we are going to study in this content: the definition of the synthetic polymers, then the classification of the synthetic polymers. There are various types of classification, but we will deal about only two classifications, that is the addition polymers and the condensation polymers. So these are the only two classifications that we are going to cover. Then the last content of the syllabus is Ziegler-Natta polymerization. Okay, so it is very famous and it is ZIM. Then the definition of the polymers. Okay, so we will read out the definition. It is very simple. The term polymer is used to describe a very large molecule that is made up of many repeating small molecular units. These small molecular units from which the polymer is formed are called as monomers, and the reaction that joins together the monomer is called as polymerization. For example, ethylene on polymerization gives polyethylene. Okay, so do you understood this? जैसे कि एक मणि की माला है, वो मणि की माला बनाने के लिए हमको पहले धागा चुनना पड़ता है, धागे में एक मणि ढूंढना पड़ता है, एक मणि के बाद दूसरा मणि, दूसरे के बाद तीसरा, तीसरा के बाद चौथा, चौथे के बाद पांचवा, ऐसा एक एक करके मणि ऐड करते जाएंगे तो अंत में हमें क्या मिलेगी? माला मिलेगी. तो उस माला का जो एक एक मणि है, उस मणि को मोनोमर कहते हैं, और वो जो पूरी माला बनती है उसको बोलते हैं पॉलीमर. ओके, सो ये सिंपल चीज है जो मैंने तुमको बताई. नाउ लेट अस कम बैक टू द केमिस्ट्री. इन द सेम वे द पॉलीमर इज मेड अप ऑफ अ वेरी स्मॉल रिपीटिंग यूनिट्स, molecular units. That small molecular units are called as monomers. Okay, and the reaction that joins the monomer together to form a polymer is called as polymerization. So example has been given: ethylene on polymerization gives polyethylene. Okay, so next is the classification of the synthetic polymer. Okay, so based on the process of polymerization, यानी पॉलीमर का पॉलीमराइजेशन का प्रोसेस कौन सा है, इसके आधार पर उसके दो प्रकार हैं. ओके, सो पॉलीमर्स कैन बी डिवाइडेड इनटू टू टाइप्स बेस्ड ऑन द प्रोसेस ऑफ पॉलीमराइजेशन. So number one is addition polymerization or the chain growth polymer, and number two is the condensation or step growth. Addition or chain growth polymers and condensation or step growth polymers. Okay, so let us study one by one. Addition or chain growth polymers. Okay, so what is meant by addition or chain growth polymer? So when the polymers are formed by successive addition of monomer units without elimination of any molecule, that is called as addition polymerization. Okay, then these additions are nothing but the chain reactions. These additions are nothing but the chain reactions. That chain reactions can be either radical chain reactions or ionic type of chain reaction, and hence this mode of polymerization is also called as chain polymerization. Why chain polymerization? Because the addition reactions are nothing but the chain reaction. That's why these type of addition polymers are also called as chain polymers. Okay, so this mode of polymerization is called as chain polymerization, and the corresponding polymer obtained is called as chain growth polymer. In addition polymers, there is no loss of atom, and hence the repeating units have same molecular formula as that of monomer. Okay, and the molecular weight of polymer is integral multiple of molecular weight of monomer. Then this type of polymerization is generally shown by the compounds containing vinylic group. Vinylic group means this type of group. Vinylic group means this type. CH2 double bond CH. Okay, so this group is called as vinyl group. Okay, so this type of compound generally undergo the addition polymerization. Hence, this polymerization is also called as vinyl polymerization. This polymerization is also called as vinyl type of polymerization. Okay, so this is about the chain group polymerization. Then we have to study the mechanism of the addition polymerization. How does it occur? Okay, so addition or chain group polymerization can occur via either free radical, or ionic type of mechanism. Okay, so you must recall the radical type of mechanism and ionic type of mechanism which you have studied in semester 2 of the BSc. Okay, semester 2 में हमने देखे थे free radical mechanism of fluorination of methane, है ना, initiation, propagation, termination. So same thing we have to reproduce here. Ionic mechanism means the cation or anion are participating or formed during this mechanism. That's why the mechanism is called as ionic mechanism. So let us first study the free radical mechanism of addition polymerization. Okay, so free radical mechanism of addition polymerization involves 3 steps. What are those 3 steps? Initiation, propagation, and termination. So first of all, we will study initiation. Okay, so what is the initiation step? You must know we have to use light source or heat or radical initiator in order to cleave the sigma bond in homolytic way to form a free radical. Okay, so this is the initiation step. It is brought about by the light or heat or by radical initiators, and in this step the generated free radical attacks on the pi group or pi bond of the vinylic group, leading to the formation of a new radical. Okay, so here I am going to explain reaction. This is the structure of peroxide molecule. If R is equal to H, it will be the hydrogen peroxide, and if R is equal to phenyl group, then it will be the benzoyl peroxide. Okay, so this oxygen-oxygen linkage is basically nothing but the peroxide linkage. This peroxide linkage is weaker linkage and it undergo homolytic fission. Okay, so this is a single-headed R. Homolytic fission to break this sigma bond and to form a peroxide free radical. Okay, so here you will get 2 peroxide free radical. See, this is one and this is second. 2 peroxide free radical. Since this peroxide free radical again undergo breakage at here R and carbon. Okay, so this sigma bond will break. How it will break? It will break in again by homolytic fission. Okay, so the two electrons of this sigma bond will be taken by this group and this group. So this right hand side group will go out as a neutral CO2 and left hand side group will form the two R free radical. Okay, so this free radical is first generated, and this generated free radical then attack on the pi bond of the vinyl group. So this is a vinyl group. So it is pi bond. When it attacks on pi bond, there is the formation of a sigma bond between R and this carbon, and this new free radical is generated. This new free radical is generated. In this new free radical, R and carbon sigma bond is formed, and the unpaired electron comes on this carbon. Okay, so you know it. Nothing to explain it more. So this is the initiation step. Then second step is the propagation step. Now this new free radical which is generated during the initiation step attacks on this new free radical which is generated during the initiation step attacks on the another vinylic molecule, okay, or olefinic molecule. It attacks on pi bond to form another radical, new free radical. Okay, so this is another new free radical is generated. See here what is happening exactly. This carbon and this carbon, they are joining together, and this unpaired electron is coming on this carbon. How it is coming? See here. This pi bond is there. This pi bond will break by homolytic fission. So two radicals or two electrons will come on this two carbon. So this electron and this electron on this carbon, they join together to form a sigma bond. Okay, and this right hand side electron, here they form sigma bond, and this right hand side electron remain as it is as the unpaired electron. Okay, so this is the new free radical which is generated, and this new free radical which is generated again react with another vinylic group. So n number of vinylic group to form another new free radical, and this another new free radical again react with another vinylic group to form another new free radical. In this way, the whole chain is propagated. Okay, to form a larger radical. What is exactly happening? The same molecule is going to be repeated. See here, CH2, CHX. This molecular unit is going to repeat it over again and again. Okay, so this is another new free radical is formed. So the justification for this or explanation for this, your explanation, okay, will be the new free radical add to the another molecule of monomer. This is another molecule of monomer to form another new free radical, and this another new free radical further adds to fresh molecule of the monomer, okay, to form another free radical, and so on until a large free radical is formed. So this is the propagation step. Then the last step is the termination. So how the chain was terminated? By the combination of two free radicals. Okay, there in mechanism of chlorination of methane. By the combination of two free radical, chain was terminated. Okay, so that reaction was coupling reaction. So here also the chain termination takes place by coupling reaction or disproportionation reaction or by chain transfer reaction. So I am taking one of the example. This is your larger free radical reacts with another larger free radical. Same molecule I have written. So these two radicals, larger free radical, they join together, coupled together to form a neutral molecule. So this carbon-carbon sigma bond is forming here. So the neutral molecule is formed. So this is your polymeric compound. So this is the final polymer which you will obtain. So here it was the mechanism of free radical polymerization. Okay. Then we will study the ionic mechanism, ionic type of mechanism of addition polymerization. Okay. So when the polymerization is catalyzed by ion, it is called as ionic polymerization. What is meant by ionic polymerization? When polymerization is catalyzed by ion, it is called as ionic polymerization. Okay. So depending on the nature of ion, it is further classified into two types. Okay. So what are those two types? Number one, cationic polymerization. So of course, the nature of ion will be the cation. And number two, anionic polymerization. Nature of ion here will be anion. Okay. So let us first study the cationic polymerization. Now, what is meant by cationic polymerization? So if the polymerization is carried out by cation, if the polymerization is carried out by cation, it is called as cationic polymerization. When the polymerization is carried out by cation, it is called as cationic polymerization. So it is usually catalyzed by Lewis or Bronsted acids. Lewis or Bronsted acids. What are the Lewis acids? For example, boron trichloride. Okay, octet, incomplete octet, 6 electrons. Aluminum trichloride, again incomplete octet, SnCl4. Okay, so these are the Lewis acid or Bronsted acids. Bronsted acid may be sulfuric acid or perchloric acid, HCl4. Okay, so these acids are generally used as a catalyst for cationic polymerization. Okay, so this acid reacts with solvent molecule and liberate proton first. What they do? These acids reacts with solvent molecule and liberate proton. Okay, so we will study the mechanism of this cationic polymerization. Okay, so again, the mechanism of cationic polymerization involves 3 steps. What are those 3 steps? Same 3 steps: initiation, propagation, and termination. Okay, so it involves 3 steps. Initiation. Now, what is meant by initiation? Okay, so here see, BF3 reacts with solvent molecule. BF3 abstract OH negative to form BF3 OH negative, and H plus ion will be liberated. Okay, so this liberated H plus ion then reacts with your binary compound, pi bond of the binary compound. So how it will react? This is a pi bond. This is pi bond. Okay, so pi bond has 2 electrons. So 2 electrons reacts with this proton. Proton is the electrophile, and this pi bond with 2 electrons will be the nucleophile. Okay, so electrophile nucleophile reaction will happen. Now proton can be added to this carbon and this carbon. So basically proton is generally added to this carbon. Okay, so CH2 will be converted into CH3, and CHX will have this positive charge here. Okay, so what will be the result of this reaction? This type of carbocation or carbonium ion will be formed. Okay, so CH3 CHX plus carbonium ion is formed. Okay, so here is the explanation. In this step, the proton is generated and then it attacks on the pi electron of the proton is generated, then it attacks on pi electron of the binary compound, forming a carbonium ion. If, for example, if BF3 is used as a Lewis acid, it liberates proton by reacting with water, which is shown as blue. Okay, so this is your initiation step. Then propagation step. So the carbonium ion, which is formed during the initiation step, then attacks on another molecule of the monomer, that is binary compound. Okay, to form a long chain carbonium ion. Yes. So here I am showing this is the first carbonium ion which is generated in initiation step. It reacts with second molecule of the monomer, that is binary compound, to form another new carbonium ion. So this carbonium ion electrophile, this pi bond nucleophile forms carbon-carbon bond here, carbon-carbon bond, and this positive charge will come on this carbon. So this newly generated carbonium ion will again attach on another pi bond of the another monomer molecule to form another new carbonium ion, and the long chain carbonium is obtained. So likewise, long chain carbonium ion. So this unit will be repeated when n number of monomers are added, n number of units will be repeated here. Okay. So this is the long chain carbonium ion which is obtained during the propagation. Okay. Once the long chain carbonium ion is obtained, then the reaction comes to end and it terminates. So during this termination step, how the termination occurs? So either anion abstract a proton of penultimate carbon. पेनल्टीमेट कार्बन मतलब जिस कार्बन के ऊपर पॉजिटिव चार्ज है उसके बाजू वाला कार्बन. ओके, अगर उसके ऊपर प्रोटॉन है तो वो प्रोटॉन एब्स्ट्रैक्ट कर लेगा. ओके, सो anion कैन एब्स्ट्रैक्ट a proton of penultimate carbon to form a terminal olefin and the chain is terminated. How? See here. So this is the penultimate carbon. It has proton. So your anion, okay. This anion BF3OH, which was obtained in the initiation step. This anion abstract the proton and there is a formation of double bond here. So here double bond will be formed. Okay, and the byproduct will be obtained BF3 and H2. Okay, how? Proton react with OH negative to form water and BF3 will be liberated. Okay. So in this way the chain will be terminated. Okay. Then what are the possible number of compounds which undergo addition polymerization via cationic mechanism? Okay. So generally alpha methyl styrene and isobutylene are the two examples of monomers which undergo polymerization by cationic mechanism. So what are those examples? Here, alpha methyl styrene. Alpha methyl styrene means this is the benzene ring, will have CH double bond CH2. This is styrene, and if on this alpha carbonatum, if methyl group is present, it will be the alpha methyl styrene. Okay, alpha methyl styrene. Then isobutylene. Isobutylene means iso group CH3 CH CH3. Okay, so this is isobutylene. So like this, isobutylene. Sorry. CH3 CH CH3 CH CH2 isobutylene. So these are the examples which undergo polymerization via cationic mechanism. Okay. So here I continue with the anionic polymerization. Okay. Anionic polymerization. So if the polymerization is carried out by anions, just like cation, if polymerization is carried out by anion, it is called as anionic polymerization, and it is generally catalyzed by base like OH negative, NH2 minus. Okay. For example, polymerization of styrene catalyzed by KNH2, potassium amine. KNH2, sodamide, potassamide, okay, like that, potassamide. The polymerization of styrene catalyzed by KNH2, okay. So the mechanism of anionic polymerization, and again it undergoes three steps: initiation, propagation, and termination. So what happens in initiation? In this initiation step, NH2 anion, this NH2 anion attacks on styrene. So this is the styrene molecule. Okay, it attacks on styrene forming a carbanion. Okay, how? See here, this NH2 attacks on this carbon and this part 1 shifts over this carbon. So this carbon will have negative charge and there will be sigma bond formation between carbon and NH2. Okay, so this carbanion is obtained. Once this carbanion is obtained, then propagation state happens. What happens in propagation state? This carbanium ion attacks on another molecule of the styrene. Okay, and that another molecule of styrene will give you a new carbanion. That new carbanion will again react with another molecule of styrene to form another new carbanion, and in this way the chain will be propagated to form a long chain carbanion ion. Okay, see here, this is your carbanion obtained in initiation step, reacts with another styrene here, okay, to form another carbanion. So this another carbanion will react with n number of monomeric molecules styrene, okay, to form a long chain carbanion. See here, this is the repeating unit, okay, which will go on repeating n times. So this long chain carbanion ion is obtained. This part is your auricular carbanion and this part is your this n times. So long chain carbanion is obtained. This happens in the propagation. Now, how the termination occurs? The termination occurs by hydride ion transfer or by the action of reactive center with the solvent or with the functional group of monomer. How? See here. This is your long chain carbanion. So this carbanion abstract the hydride ion. Okay, so this H will go out in the form of hydride ion. So this negative charge will come here, and this sigma electron will go with hydrogen in the form of hydride ion. So see here, hydride ion will react with this K plus to form KH, and this carbon will join together by double bond. So in this way, terminal olefin will be obtained in the final polymeric compound. Okay. So termination occurs by hydride ion transfer by the action of reactive centers with the solvent or the functional group of monomer. So in this way, the mechanism of anionic polymerization is finished. Okay. Then, what are the probable compounds which shows this type of anionic polymerization? So generally, vinylidene cyanide. So what is meant by vinylidene cyanide? So this is your vinylidene cyanide. CH2 double bond. Okay, vinylidene cyanide. Then vinylidene ester, same thing. CH2 double bond ester. COOR. So like this. Then acrylonitrile. Acrylonitrile means acrylic acid. Acrylonitrile. This is your acrylonitrile. Acrylic esters, same thing. Same part will be repeated. Okay. Ethylene, styrene, alpha methyl styrene. Alpha methyl styrene means this is the alpha methyl styrene. CH double bond CH3 alpha methyl styrene. Sorry, this is beta methyl styrene. Alpha methyl styrene is this one. CH3 alpha methyl styrene. So these are the common examples of the monomers which undergo polymerization by anionic mechanism. Okay. So here the polymerization by addition reaction or addition polymerization is